Satnam. Today I'm going to walk you through the creative energy Kriya, and we're going to do it just flowing through the Kriya. If you need a little bit of extra assistance, you might want to look at a couple of different videos that you have to walk you through some of these poses. Okay, so let's go ahead and set the space by just rubbing palms together, centering inward through the breath. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. And let's tune in. Inhale deep. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. And exhale as you rest the hands down, just being present with that experience, allowing the words to rest within, guiding, purifying, protecting. We're going to do a couple of warm-up poses. We're going to start with camel ride, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Remember that the breath is simply just a response to the movement. Allow yourself to really move from the navel. Keep the chin at a right angle, heart open, lifting the heart as you draw the elbows in, really pulling in the body as you come forward and stretching back. Again, camel ride is a great exercise to do every day, just to get the spine really open, the energy moving through the body. You'll think better, you'll feel better. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. And just rest here, just noticing how the body receives that. We're going to stretch the life nerve, extending the legs straight out. Make sure you're rooted into the sit bones and extending on your next breath rather than collapsing, right? We're extending, keeping the heart open, chin at a right angle. If you can, grasping the middle and index fingers around the big toe, and then the thumb presses. We inhale up and exhale down. Again, think of extending. Doesn't matter how far you go with it. Keep those knees straight. Stretch through the heels. Moving from the hips rather than the lower back. Remember to move at your own pace. Just find your own flow. You're just looking for fluid, effortless movements, pain-free. Now inhale up. Suspend the breath. And then exhale as you just roll it back. Just stay here. Noticing how the body receives it. Okay, we're going to start our Kriya. So the first couple of movements are going to be on your back. So coming onto your back, rooting to lift the legs up. If you can, grasping toes, otherwise ankle. You're going to set the space. Really make sure that the lower back is on the floor, drawing the shoulders down. You're going to let go of that right leg and begin to kick into the buttocks. This is working on the kidneys, balancing the water elements in the body. Water is creativity, water is flow. Really make sure that you're driving the heel in rather than controlling the leg. You're just really letting the drive do the work for you. And keep that other leg as straight as possible. And inhale up. Switch sides. Same thing. Even if you can't quite kick the buttocks, it's okay. Just keep knowing that you are. Just drive the energy. Let yourself be present. And wherever you are as a starting point, keep going. Remember that every experience is different, every day is different, every breath is different. Inhale up. Exhale, hug the knees in, stretch it out there, and just take a moment here, or in Shavasana, corpse pose, whatever works best for you. Just take a moment for the body to integrate. Great. So we're going to move into shoulder stand. So again, any which way you need to do that for yourself. We're going to go ahead and come up, whether straight up or if you need to support your hips, really lengthen through the toes. Make sure that the weight is rested on the shoulders rather than the neck. We're going to just do these scissors. You just want to take your time, keep the legs extended, make sure that you're really, remember, exercise is mindless action, yoga is conscious action. So I'm really paying attention, I'm being with my movement, inhaling sat, exhaling nam. No specified breath here. Just allow yourself to be with your own experience. And stretch it up. Bend the knees on the exhale as you very slowly guide yourself down, one vertebra at a time, coming down to come into tuck pose, stretching it in the opposite direction. And then just relax. Rest here and just let the body integrate. And let's keep the energy moving. So hugging knees to the chest, bringing it, rocking and rolling, coming all the way forward on your next breath. We're going to open up the inner thigh area, which actually holds a lot of energy. And this is really important energy for creativity. Lower center is all about creativity, creative energy, self-expression. So keep the knees on the mat, heels lengthened. Now, if you are able, I want to invite you to reach for your toes. Again, the important thing is not to collapse in, but rather to keep the heart open, chin in. So if you need to modify and just grab your ankles, there is nothing wrong with that. We're going to move in a very specific way. Keeping that heart open, we're going to go left, and then right, and then center. Left, right, center. You're going to lead, again, from the heart rather than the head. Breath is just going to come natural. As you're coming down, you're really pushing that air out. Once again, you're moving from the hips rather than the lower back, keeping the heart open. A good key if you're leading with the head is that your chin is leading. So you want to keep that chin in to keep the spine lengthened. And inhale up. And exhale as you slowly bring it together. Shake it out. And then just come into easy pose to just take a moment here. Beautiful. I'm going to work a little bit opening up and then going into inverted poses. So we're going to work first with Plow Pose. Again, wherever you are, the most important thing about Plow is to take care of your lower back. And what we're going to do here, ideally, your arms are alongside the body, palms down. Everybody's going to root to lift, taking it all the way back and then bringing it all the way down. Keeping the legs as straight as you can. If you're feeling it in your lower back, that means you need support. So even if you root and move and support your lower back and just slightly bend and extend, that's a great way to do it. Just really take care of you and use the breath. Inhaling back and exhaling back down so that you're really engaging that navel. Keep the heels together, stretch the toes, let the legs hold themselves. Remember, you find your perfect starting point and then bring your excellence into that place. It's your own experience. Grow where you are. Work with the intelligence of your body. Listen to you. And then just support yourself to bring your excellence. Paying attention to the rooting, paying attention to all the important aspects. And take it back as you inhale. Exhale as you once again support your lower back, bend the knees, slowly guide Body down, one vertebra at a time. Come into tuck pose once again. And then relax here. Allowing the body to receive. Beautiful. Hugging knees in, chin in. Let's rock a couple of times. Coming all the way forward as we come onto our stomachs. So we're going to do a series of exercises on our stomachs now. We're going to begin with Locust Pose. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring thumbs into the fists. Place them right at the crease. You're going to be on your stomach, with the chin on your mat or the forehead, whatever works best for you. Your heels are together and you're going to press down to lift the lower back, the lower legs. Everything else just stays relaxed. You're really using your rootedness to lift. So it's really the action that I'm pressing down that lifts my legs up. My legs are extended, my heels are together. Legs are as one unit so that they can do the work. So your job here is just to settle into the posture and breathe long and deep. Focusing on Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift as high as you can go. Exhale, slowly release. And just bring the right cheek on the mat, resting there for a moment. If you need to bring your hands under your cheeks, that works great too. Okay, now we're going to go the opposite direction. So same principle applies. Everything is happening because of the rootedness, but this time we're going to lift the upper body. And I'm lifting in response to the rootedness. So I'm pressing down through my pelvis to lift my body up. I'm extending through the top of my head. Everything else stays as relaxed as possible. I'm going to stick my tongue out and stretch it out, and you're going to begin to pant like a dog through the open mouth. Eyes are closed, focus inward, and begin. Really stretch out that tongue. It's not curved, it's really stretched and lengthened outward. Follow the breath with the Sankran. Satnam, 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 Satnam. Be sure not to stretch back the neck so that you're cutting the flow of energy through the neck. Keep the neck lengthened. Inhale deep. Exhale as you release. Once again, right cheek on the mat or if you need to, stretch it back. Wherever and whatever you need, just take care of yourself. Okay, we're going to come into Cobra. And wherever Cobra is for you today, make sure that you're rooted to lengthen up. You're extending up through the top of the head. Your fingers are open, really lengthening and then softening the lower back. Like really, even though you're really putting that experience of rootedness, you're softening so that you can be in your perfect Cobra pose. Remember, if you need to come down on your forearms or adjust with your open legs and arms, whichever way you need to, just really come into your perfect Cobra pose that feels really comfortable, even if it's uncomfortable, without pain. You're going to bend the knees. Imagine yourself lengthening the top of the head towards the feet as if you could touch them, which I cannot. Eyes are closed, focus inward, sticking the tongue out just like before, and begin to breathe. The shoulders away from the ears, really lengthen up through the top of the head. Keep that heart open. You're doing beautiful. Stay with it. Now, close the mouth, inhale deep. Exhale as you slowly come out of the posture, one vertebra at a time. And then I want to invite you, if you haven't yet, stretch it back, sitting on the heels. Stretch it out in extended child's pose, forehead on the floor. You can either support your forehead here, or you can bring the arms all the way back into baby pose and just rest here. Beautiful. We have a couple of inverted poses. So we're going to come onto our stomachs again. This time we're going to come into bow pose. So we're going to bend the knees as before. If you are able, you're going to grab either the tops of the feet or the ankles, keeping the energy of the knees coming together. You're going to press the feet into the hands, lengthening up through the top of the head. You're going to stay in this posture. Now, if you need to modify, you can cross and interlace and really move that way. Just allow yourself to settle in whichever posture you have. You're going to bring keeping the head straight, you're going to bring that left ear towards the left shoulder and breathe long and deep. And inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Again, keep the head facing forward. You're going to bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Okay, I led you backwards. What I meant to say was we start with the left and then we go to the right. So whichever one you did, do the other side. Once again, inhale, center. And now you're going to stay here and you're going to begin to rock. And what I want you to consider is that rocking is happening from your core rather than the head. It's very common to see the desire to lead the rocking with the head, which pushes your chin out and gets this rocking in the head rather than the body. So even if you're rocking a little bit, just bring your attention to rocking from your core. So what's moving my body really is my navel, and just open to experience the rocking rather than force the rock. And then your body will lead you to find the way to rock best. Now inhale up. And you did it. Exhale down, stretch it back. Once again, slowly stretch it all the way back to release in an opposite stretch. Forehead on the mat. Stretch it out. Come into baby pose if that works for you. Take your next breath to come. Bring the hands to the knees, press down to gently roll up one vertebra at a time. We're going to continue to move, and we're going to do a couple of sequences with... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do crow squats. And ideally, you're going to start from down to up. Sometimes it's easier to go the other way. Just see what you need. Ideally, you're about hip width apart. Your toes are always generally facing forward. Your arms, fingers are interlaced, and you're going to press down to lift the body straight up. Now, a note here, if you are not able to go that far, I want to invite you to open your legs a little bit wider, and then make sure that you're adjusting, coming down wherever it feels right, that you're not feeling pain in your knees. But you want to bring the buttocks down and make sure that the knees stay below the toes, rather than leaning down like this. You're really just bringing the buttocks down and modifying that way. Okay? So be where you are. Do what you need to do for you. Focus. Eyes are generally closed, but you're extending the arms straight out of the heart. Fingers are interlaced and the palms are facing each other. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Use the earth below you to support you. This is all we're working in this Kriya. All up to now, we're working on opening the energy centers of the lower body, the lower triangle, first, second, and third chakra. Releasing all of that potential, all of that creative energy from the second chakra, and all of the centers to really begin to direct all of that energy through the heart. Now inhale up and exhale. And just relax here. Just relax. Now we're going to move into a sequence of frog poses. And they're going to be slower than usual. So these are more methodical frog poses. So ideally, your heels are together, hands are between the knees. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to inhale and the heels stay up, head comes down. And then we exhale. Inhale up and exhale. And keep going. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Use that inner mantra for deeper benefits. Now inhale up, keep the heels up. Exhale as you slowly bring the heels down. Bend the knees and very gently roll up one vertebra at a time. Just rest here. And shake it out. Now, you're going to come into rock pose, and we're going to stay in rock pose for a while. Remember, if rock pose doesn't work for you, there's a couple of things you can try. First, if you're kind of sort of okay, you can bring a blanket or a pillow underneath, and that'll make it so much better. If not, you can just sit in easy pose and do everything from there, sitting cross-legged. So we're going to begin by doing spinal twists. So I want to invite you to open your knees just a little bit to keep you more stable. Fingers are forward, thumbs back. Chin is in. We're going to move from the navel, inhaling left, exhaling right. If for some reason this isn't going to work for you, another variation you can do is just bring your arms to the sides to keep that chest open, those elbows open. Move from the navel. Inhale, center. And exhale, relax, and just rest here. At any point, you can go ahead and shake the legs out and do any stretch that you need in between. Give yourself a break from this lovely rock pose. Now the next one is opening up the seventh rib, which is really the center of creativity for humans. And what we're going to be doing is we're basically literally like activating that place so that we can really shift out of our complexes and into actions from spirit. So that's the difference between moving from the lower centers into the higher centers. So we're going to really activate this by bringing the thumbs under the armpits and bringing the fingers across the chest. So your arms begin up, and then you're going to bring those elbows to really bang into the sides of the ribs, and that's going to cause a reaction. So the lift is happening because of that. You're just going to keep the chin in, and you're going to keep going. Again, breath is happening naturally from that response. So the drive is in, and keep going. Really bring it in. Do it as consistently as you can. Now inhale up, exhale down, squeeze it in, push all the air out, squeeze the root back, sex organs, navel. Try it all in. And inhale. And exhale. Again, just staying here for a moment, just noticing how the body receives that. Staying within. We're going to move into Yoga Mudra, bringing the forehead to the floor, interlacing fingers with the palms facing each other, lifting the arms up as high as they will go. We're going to stay here breathing long and deep. That's all we're going to do. Eyes focused inward at the brow point. Try to keep those elbows as straight as possible. Lengthen up. Relax the shoulders so that you can open that whole space. Now inhale deep. Exhale as you slowly bring the arms down to the sides and stay here in baby pose, relaxing. Slowly bring your hands towards the knees. Press down to lift the body up one vertebra at a time. Again, remember to stretch as you need to. We're going to stay in rock pose. We're going to do some resistance move here. Palms are facing forward. Right palm is over the left. Elbows are open, chin is in. We're going to press down with the right palm and press up with the left, resisting, making a very powerful action here. Close the eyes. Focus at the place of connection, resisting one pressure to the other. Breathe long and deep. Your arms might shake, and that's a good sign that you're bringing a lot of pressure in here. Now inhale deep, suspend and press even more powerfully. Make yourself shake. And exhale, shake it out. Move the neck, move the shoulders, and rest. We're almost there, doing great. We have just a little bit more in rock pose. So the next one, imagine yourself drawing energy into your heart. So you're grabbing and pulling, grabbing and pulling. And one key thing is your head is staying forward and you're pulling straight back. So that's creating kind of like a torque in my torso. And it comes from pulling straight back. And I'm just doing this. It's kind of like an effortless movement. I'm really drawing that energy into my heart as I pull straight back. And I'm just going to continue. Ready? And just keep going. The breath will come into its own place. Really grab and pull. This also opens up the shoulders. It's working with that midsection, filling your heart with energy and vitality, creativity and flow. Keep going. Remember to keep the chin at a right angle. Applying neck lock. And now you're going to grab both. Inhale. Pull back. Exhale. Squeeze the root lock. And relax on the end. Just stay here. Now we're going to do a clapping sequence, and clapping is actually a balancer for the brain. There's lots of brain science around clapping that I won't get into, but just know you're working with some pressure points so your hands have the design of your whole entire body as reflex points, stimulating lots of meridians, and the clapping is really regulating and balancing the brain. We're going to do 4 movements. We're going to clap forward. We're going to bend the wrists and press back. Okay? Then we're going to, still keeping the chin at a right angle, we're going to clap behind and then clap underneath. So ideally what you noticed is I'm staying rooted and I'm letting the arms move around me. In this top one, it's very common to see that people will do this. If you find yourself doing that, just clap above. It's better to keep yourself really nice and solid and stable rather than doing this, because then it goes against what we want to do. So forward, side, up, down. Forward, side, up, down. Close the eyes and keep going. Make sure you're clapping. Last one. And now inhale straight up. Exhale. Shake out the shoulders and come and be in Gyan Mudra, resting there. Notice the sounds, notice the energy shifts, the subtleties of this particular movement that we just did. Now the next one is really stimulating the first chakra. We're doing body drops. And if you are able to, you can come into a full lotus pose. If not, just stay in easy pose. It doesn't really matter. Ideally, you're going to lift your entire body up and just let it drop. So your hands are in fists, you're just pressing down. But it's easier to do that if you're in lotus. So if you're in easy pose, really you're just stimulating. That's all you're doing, just a very light. You don't have to go really bangy. You want to be gentle. But your hands are in fists and you're just pressuring down. That's enough of a lift. And then you're just letting yourself drop. So it's really just a kind of gentle drop. We're stimulating that first chakra. You don't want to be violent on it. So just keep going. And the breath, again, is just going to be exactly what it is in response to the movement. Let's always keep the chin at a right angle, applying neck lock, eyes focused inward at the brow point. Following the breath with Satnam. Now just a little pressure, inhale and exhale. And just relax here, being present, staying within, noticing how the body responds. So we've got just a few more exercises in this Kriya. The next one, Again, it's all about stimulating the lower centers, right? And engaging and activating the higher centers from that energy. If you are able to, you're going to sit with the right heel, and you're literally like just, sitting, placing your heel right in the center and sitting into the heel. Now, if you need to have a little bit of comfort, you can bring a blanket right underneath as well. If that is not going to work for you physically, what I invite you to do for this one is just to bend that knee this way so you can still get the same experience of the posture. What we're going to do here is we're going to stay rooted into the floor. And then we're going to, from that rootedness, we're going to lift the left leg up, and we're going to keep it there, breathing long and deep. What you want to do, again, sometimes it'll cramp. My experience is sometimes if there's lots of tension in the body, it'll cramp. A common thing is to bend or to lean back. So ideally, you want to stay just rooted and lifting up and breathing long and deep. You're activating and you're engaging your core really intensely in these, so just give yourself permission. You don't have to worry. We're supposed to be at 60 degrees. I don't know how that happens. So just lift as high as you can go and just stay with it. Okay? Close the eyes, focus inward, and just breathe. Engage the downward to lift more than anything else, and then relax everything else. I get a lot of cramping on my left leg, so again, I just find that I just keep going if that happens to you. If your left foot starts cramping, just work it out. What I have found is when you do these poses, these postures long enough, it'll really remove that cramping tendency. Have a very weak kind of energy system. On my left leg. So I do the best that I can. And so can you. Inhale and exhale as you slowly come out of the posture. Stretch it out. You'll be doing the same thing with the knee bent. I forgot to say, but I think you figured it out. So we're going to do the other side. Again, same experience, rooting to lift. Breathe long and deep. Try to keep yourself really engaged down as opposed to leaning back in a V. And these leg raises really affect our electromagnetic field, which has everything to do with the heart. Keep the chin at a right angle. Your leg might start shaking. It's okay. It's just an energy adjustment. Stay with it. Go inward deeper into the brow point. Focus deep into the breath. Inhaling sad, exhaling numb. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly come out of the posture. Shake it up. Doing great. Stretch it out if you need to. Now we're going to come into what's called victory pose, and it really feels victorious when you do this. So give yourself permission to be in your excellence no matter what. Okay, so victory pose, commonly you'll see it where it's kind of lifted this way. So there's a little bit of a V-shaped style that I have seen. in this particular Kriya, we're really invited to root and lengthen up. So it's actually really, like the difference is here versus here. So it's a little bit of a more engaged and more challenging posture. So what I want to invite you to do is really just kind of practice the rootedness inward. So I like to think of it as, rather than here, right, off your sit bones, getting yourself into the sit bones. So just practice that. And even if you're going to support yourself, just this is a really great posture to develop the capacity to do the other. So take baby steps and close your eyes and breathe long and deep. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch it out. Now you know why it's called victory pose. Yes, you did it. Shake it out. Just stay here just a moment, letting the body integrate your amazing work. And there's a lot of pressure that probably built in your lower back, so we're going to end by just doing Sufi Grinds. So we're going to take Sufi Grinds to the left. Again, keeping the chin at a right angle, moving from your lower center. Imagine your navel is a pen, drawing nice big circles. Breath is natural. It's going to fall into place on its own. And reverse. Staying within, following the breath, allowing the head to face forward, chin at a right angle, moving from the lower body, feeling your connection with the earth below you, feeling the pelvis rolling along, the sit bones rolling along the floor, creating a nice big circle. Or a small one, if it works best for you to keep yourself pain-free. Now take a nice breath in at center. And exhale. And just rest in easy pose. Hands in Gyan Mudra, lengthening. And just resting in the experience. Celebrating you. You've done a great job today. This is a nice, long, and challenging Kriya. So really celebrate what you've done. Acknowledge yourself for all that you've done. Come onto your backs And let's go into a well-deserved Shavasana. This is where everything happens for you. So really inviting you to open up and do any movement you need to really prepare the body for a nice, relaxed moment of recovery and integration. Letting yourself go as you simply breathe here. Inviting you to close your eyes. Feel the weight of the body landing here. Noticing yourself relaxing and letting go of any tension. As you invite yourself to release the toes, feet, and ankles, just wiggle them and relax them. Releasing the tension from the shins, the knees, the hamstrings, the thighs, relaxing the entire leg structure, squeezing the buttocks and relaxing, squeezing the torso and relax. Bringing your hands into fists, stretching and squeezing your entire upper body and relax. Squeezing your shoulders up, tightening the neck and shoulders and relax. Squeezing your face, crunching up, squeezing your teeth, your jaws, everything, make it really tight and relax. And now squeeze every part of you, tight, 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 and relax. And just let go. Allowing yourself a space here to relax and let go. And please take a nice deep breath in. And exhale as you wiggle fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles in one direction, then in the other. Eyes are still closed. Stretch deep. Exhale. And rubbing hands over the heart, bringing soles of the feet up in the air. Briskly and vigorously getting yourself fully into your body. We bring feet to the earth and palm the eyes to prepare the eyes for the light. Opening eyes inside. Slowly releasing both palms still together. Extending arms and legs for a cat stretch. Bringing right knee into the left. Reversing left knee in over to the right. Hugging both knees in. Chin in, rocking up and down, balancing the energies of the body. Coming all the way forward on your next breath to end. We're going to just end with a long Satnam, so sitting nice and tall, celebrating you for your great practice today. Rubbing palms together as you center back into your heart. Take a nice breath in. Satnam. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Satnam. Just bowing to yourself, to your excellence, to your experience. May you enjoy this Kriya and do it every day. Satnam.